I went to Orange Beach, Alabama, and it's like where all like people from my Johnson County, Indiana. That's where they all went. That was like their getaway. That was their.
That's crazy because it's like 1,000 miles away.
It's a long drive. It's like a 14-hour drive.
It's a really fucked up drive.
Yeah, but once you get there, it's all worth it. It's paradise.
It's paradise.
But I was in middle school, and I had a regular retainer, not a permanent one you had to take out when you ate and
sure
and stuff. So we were on the beach one day, beautiful Orange Beach.
Yeah, we got it.
Alabama.
Yeah,
the Gulf of Mexico.
It's the only beach you can find if you're coming from Indiana that has the same level of racism as you do back home.
Probably
in Indiana.
more, to be honest. But so we're eating. We have sandwiches on the beach.
Sandwiches on the beach.
And I take my retainer out, sit it next to me, and I eat my sandwich, my chips, my Pringles, and I go to put my retainer back in.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone.
The seagull take it away?
I don't know what happened.
I think a seagull must have flown off with it.
Yeah, maybe a seagull flew off with it.
It's wearing it right now.
Yeah. It's gone. And let me tell you something, Joe, my mom was pissed.
Did you get a new one?
We had to go back home and get a new one, yeah. And it probably cost her a pretty penny. But before we went back home, Indiana, they didn't have Church's chicken.
Right.
Church's chicken?
Yeah. That seems like a huge blow to Indiana.
Yeah.
How did you guys...
And I always wanted to try. You always pass by one.
Right.
And I always wanted to try Church's chicken. Mm-hmm. And since I lost my retainer, my mom goes, no. not a chance in hell.
No Church's chicken for you.
Church's chicken.
Well, it's not your fault a seagull ran off their retainer.
Well, that's what I tried to tell her.
Now, see, if the seagull took my retainer,
Yeah.
I would never wear one again. Yeah. That would be it. Because I had a retainer and I dropped mine on the ground one time and I go, it's over.
Yeah, it's done.
I wore for 3 days after I got my braces off. They go, wear this every night for the rest of your life. I wore for like 6 days. And I said, eh.
Yeah, well, the replacement one I got, I wore it maybe 2-3 more times. And I was like, this is pointless.
Yeah, what are we going to do?
So my mom probably was like throwing $1,000 down the drain.
Well, speaking of Church's chicken, Trent, one of our stories you may relate to as somebody who lives in a place without a big...
They call it a food desert.
A food desert. And these popular... So I guess before I get into that, we should recap what this podcast is.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Would you like me to do that?
I would like you to go ahead and do that.
Well, if this is your first time listening, this is Echo Chamber with Joe and Trent, the only podcast where two comedians read the Wall Street Journal because one of us gets it for free
at work. And let's just give you a rundown of what some of the stories we're going to be reading today are from the Wall Street Journal. This one's from the Wall Street Journal. Fast food fans aren't in a hurry. Diehards line up early, wait hours to be at openings.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. It's a huge thing. People all over the country, they go, oh, my God, a Church's Chicken is finally opening in Indiana.
Yeah.
They get there 6 days before. They fucking take off work. They leave their wife.
By God, Joe, I've never related to a story more.
What else we got,
Speaking of fast food.
Oh.
Chipotle.
Wow.
They're stepping up their hiring for their upcoming busy season.
Maybe I'll apply. Upcoming busy season.
Yes.
That sounds optimistic. Well, Trent, we're also going to hear a little update from the Nunnink business, where Elon Musk has successfully implanted a brain chip inside of a human.
Yeah, I heard about this. And you may be shocked to know I'm not a fan.
We've crossed the Rubicon, my friend.
Well, we'll also be speaking of Elon, but not really. There's another E-Truck maker who he frauded a lot of people, and he's facing prison time. So
there's always somebody facing prison time in these. Well, Trent, we are also going to hear about people going through a hard time themselves, parents of empty nesters.
Oh.
Some of them need counseling.
Well, who doesn't need counseling? I mean, you have to do the work. So
that's true.
Well, speaking of empty nesters, they may want to try this. More people are traveling, but they're traveling solo.
Wow. Maybe that would be a great getaway for an empty nester. Figure out who you are.
Yes.
Because that's the problem with them. They've lost their identity from taking their kids to baseball practice every day.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you know who hasn't lost their goddamn identity, Trent? People who can't wait to get into that Chick-fil-A when it finally opens up in Shreveport. And this is from the Wall Street Journal. Fast food fans aren't in a hurry. Diehards line up early, waiting hours to be at opening. One chilly December morning, Jonathan Freed drove to a parking lot in Meridian, Idaho. Found a spot, cranked up the heat, checked his supply of snacks, and settled in for a long wait. To pass the time, he answered texts from friends.
He brought snacks to wait to do the drive-thru.
Yeah. I don't know why they said to pass the time. He answered texts from friends.
It's a normal thing you do.
Wow, that's an awesome update they put. And then he answered texts from friends, some checking how much gas he had in his tank, other calling him crazy. 5 hours later, Freed was vindicated. He pulled up into the pickup window of the In-N-Out Burger, Idaho's first.
Wow.
To cheers from the staff. Some bucket listers summit Kilimanjaro, camp out for Springsteen tickets, or travel to Arkansas to see the eclipse. That's oddly specific. Freed, 35, is among a different breed. Fast food superfans who go to extreme lengths to be the first served when a popular new chain opens up in their town.
Wow.
That's right.
In-N-Out. Have you ever been to In-N-Out?
No, and quite frankly, I don't give a shit. All these places, In-N-Out, Shake Shack, there's another one in California.
Shack. Yeah, Shake Shack sucks.
They all suck.
Yeah.
Or they're fine. They're fine at best.
Fine.
They're literally just a cheeseburger with fries.
Yeah, but with but you have to pay more for the fries. Any other fast food place, McDonald's, Burger King. Yeah, I could name more.
Yeah.
They all come. They have a meal that comes with the burger and the fries.
Right.
You may pay a little $2 extra, sure.
Right.
But it also comes with a nice, the biggest Coke you could ever imagine.
Yeah, exactly.
But Shake Shack, you go there, they go.
Everything's
there's
a la
no
carte.
meals. All a la carte. That'll be $15 for the burger, $20 for the fries.
Yeah, fuck you. And it's lukewarm.
And we're going to spit in your milkshake.
You know, Teddy Roosevelt had the square deal. And then about 50 years ago, Burger King, McDonald's, all these people had the idea of the square meal.
Yeah, exactly.
You work a hard day, you get a square meal for a fair price. And that was a fucking American dream. And now it's fucking done for.
Well, take everything you know about the square meal, throw that out the window.
The square meal's out. The square deal's done. No square deals, no square meals.
It's all raw deals.
It's all a raw deal, which is what you get at Shake Shack.
Yeah.
They fucking shake every penny out of my fucking pants. And they go, here's a burger. We put mayonnaise on it. Big whoop. Big fucking whoop. Every door. It opened in Kansas City, and every fucking dork I ever met was like, Shake Shack is opening. Get a life.
Yeah, I agree. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, but these people refuse to get a life. And I respect them for this. Because it's one thing to be amped that a Shake Shack is opening. That's dorky. But if you drive and wait out, then it's like, no, you got a fire in your belly.
Oh,
and I respect that.
You're committed. And
I respect that.
I love anybody that's committed.
Quote, you could absolutely feel the energy and excitement.
Damn right.
That's good. Of being a Neil Armstrong of sorts at the new local In-N-Out Burger. Yeah, what a lofty comparison. Freed, who also races drag bikes for fun and
this guy.
He does it all.
Yeah.
Had a triple
He's an
burger.
adrenaline junkie.
Well, Trent, he ordered a triple burger made quote animal style, which sounds disgusting. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I've heard animal style. I don't know what it is though.
Yeah, it sounds like somebody just makes the burger and then just like fucks the burger and then throws it in the bag. Yeah, it sounds like the burger gets fucked for sure. Anyway, diehards are braving the elements to queue outside of soon-to-open locations of Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out, Raising Cane's, and other chains. The draws include bragging rights, novelty, and the freebies bestowed on those dedicated enough to slumber overnight in a fast food parking lot or stand around for the better part of a day. Another benefit, spending time around perhaps the only other people who truly understand the commitment this hobby requires. The groupies must make sure their gas tanks are full. They bring power sources to charge electronics. They layer up in hats, gloves, and blankets to avoid turning into a human slushy when they want to turn their cars off. They learn that it helps to pump up the classic rock and folk songs, and most of all, to somehow talk someone else into joining you. Quote, Nothing short of an emergency would have caused us to exit, recalls Donna Mitchell, a 77-year-old Boise resident and retired Charles Schwab registered representative. Bullshit job. Who persuaded 80-year-old Fran Collette, a vegetarian. God, there's really nothing in this for her. To venture out at 4:30 a.m. for the December Idaho In-N-Out opening by assuring Collette she would get a grilled cheese.
Wow,
what a
you
raw
can't make
deal.
that at home.
Not the way they do it at In-N-Out.
Grilled cheese, animal style.
It's a grilled cheese that's frozen, and then they put it in a fucking panini press, and then they give it to you. Yeah. Well, Jaslyn...
First of all, they shouldn't be driving 77, 80 years old.
No, absolutely not. Not at 4:30 and dark on the highway. What are you, crazy?
No, God, no.
No. But, I mean, well, it's worth it, though. Grilled cheese. You got to take risks. You got to risk it for the biscuit. By biscuit, I mean 2 pieces of sourdough bread. Beautiful American cheddar.
It's like a Kraft cheese.
Yeah. Well, Jaslyn Valley, 21, waited nearly 2 hours to try Cosmix.
Cosmix. Oh, wow.
McDonald's new space-themed takeout chain when it opened last month in Bolingbrook, Illinois. It was worth it, she says, to make her cousins in California jealous.
Oh, wow.
And going back to the freebies, so the things that people get when they do this, Chick-fil-A long advertised a first 100 giveaway where the first 100 guests would get free food for a whole year.
Now that would be worth it.
That would be worth it.
Yeah.
If I'm 76 and I'm Janine and I put Gertrude in the car, I'm thinking my Social Security, I'm living longer than I thought I would. My Social Security is not going to last forever.
Right.
I need to hit as many of these free 100 giveaways as I can.
Yeah.
Eat free for a fucking year. Of course, that'll make your life expectancy
send you to
way
an early
lower.
grave.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But hey, time's up with the Social Security. Yeah. So this led to people camping out overnight in parking lots at new restaurants. But when the pandemic hit in 2020, the chain dropped the promotion and asked restaurant operators to instead select 100 community heroes, such as teachers, healthcare providers, to receive for the free food. Fuck off.
Doesn't that just warm your heart?
No, dude, I want a shot. I want a shot at the free food.
I agree.
Yeah. No, they deserved it. They're heroes.
They're heroes.
Oh.
Yeah.
God, they're heroes.
And it seems like we've forgotten that they were
like
heroes.
We've forgotten. I would like to go back to the pandemic.
Me too. I'm gonna bang my pots and pans outside the window for the nurses.
Mm-hmm. A Chick-fil-A spokeswoman says the campouts, quote, were a ton of fun with highlights including 700 people showing up for a New Jersey opening in Bismarck, North Dakota, and a woman going into labor while waiting. The chain sent a swag bag to the hospital.
Yeah, here's a free hat.
She's giving birth in the parking lot.
I understand, because all those places you mentioned, Idaho, North Dakota, there's nothing to do there. This is like it's their Super Bowl.
There's nothing to do there, and I think it makes sense for them to open it there because since there's nothing going on, the whole state will talk about Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
And then the states nearby will go, my God, this Chick-fil-A sounds incredible.
Yeah.
And then they'll get it, and then they'll go, well, Chick-fil-A is all over the West. They got to have, everybody's got it. Now the Midwest wants a bite.
Yeah.
You got to start small.
Exactly. Well, speaking of restaurants and stepping up business, this, Joe, is from the Wall Street Journal.
Oh, okay.
Headline.
Wall Street Journal.
Chipotle steps up efforts for busy season.
Who gives a fuck?
Chipotle Mexican Grill.
The Mexican Grill.
Said it plans to hire 19,000 workers to keep up with what it calls burrito season.
That what?
It's
just a marketing scheme.
And offer new benefits to attract younger people.
What burrito season?
You're not familiar with burrito season.
I'm afraid not.
Well, it falls right after cuffing season. So
I would think that would be when you're trying to not eat burritos.
No,
I know.
After cuffing season, you've got somebody locked down. You can become a fat pig.
Oh, yeah, you got to carb up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
The chain, which is dealing with rising labor costs, who isn't? Said Wednesday it has more than 100,000 employees, but needed to attract more workers for its busy season from March to May.
1,100,000.
Yeah.
Wow. Would that be $1 million? don't worry about that. It's a big number. It's a big number.
110,000.
Oh, okay.
For last year, Chipotle said it planned to hire 15,000 new employees for burrito season.
Wow.
A Chipotle spokeswoman said Wednesday that the company sees its highest volume of sales in the spring primarily because of seasonal factors like weather and daylight.
What? I don't know. How does that translate to burritos? I really don't follow.
I don't either.
I feel like they know we'll forget about this in 6 months, and they go, fall's coming up, burrito season. It's gonna tell us
like every 3 weeks. It's like International Dog Day.
Yeah, Toyota-thons every month.
Yeah.
You know, burrito season.
It's burrito season.
Well, who do you think
the
you
weather
are?
and the sun's out, so people want burritos.
Yeah. So what it is, in between these 65 degrees to 71 degrees Fahrenheit area, and once the moon is a waxing crescent, people tend to go out and get burritos. It is kind of making me hungry for a burrito,
yeah.
to be honest.
Chipotle, the last few times I've been there, it's absolutely sucked cock.
You got to go to one in the Midwest, in the suburbs.
Yeah. All fast food here in New York, the greatest city in the world, it all sucks. It's the worst.
Yeah, it's not designed for fast food.
No.
That belongs in Overland Park, Kansas.
The company said it was offering new benefits to attract Gen Z workers who make up more than 73% of its restaurant workforce. Chipotle said it would match up to 4% of an employee's salary through 401k contributions if they make student loan payments.
The problem is Gen Z doesn't care about that.
No. The company, but they do care about this. The company plans to cover 6 free mental health counseling sessions and offer workers access to a special credit card from Credit.ai.
What? They shouldn't do the credit card. That sounds like pretty risky.
Yeah.
I don't want my credit card to Credit.ai.
No, I don't know what that is, but I don't trust it.
You go sick, mental health and Credit.ai. Swag.
Chipotle said it runs more than 3,300 restaurants in the U.S., Canada, France, Germany, and the U.K. Some customers complain about Chipotle's higher costs, but the company reported an increase in sales in its most recent earnings report. About 15% of Chipotle's restaurants are in California, which last year raised the hourly minimum wage for fast food workers from $15.50 an hour to $20 an hour.
Wow.
Shares of Chipotle rose slightly to close at $2,334.80 on Wednesday.
Well, that's exciting. I mean, something's got to be done because I went to a Chipotle one time. This is in Kansas City, and I'm going through. The guy's making my burrito.
Yeah.
About halfway into building my burrito, the supervisor comes up to him and he goes, "Hey, man, you can take your 15 whenever." And then he just walked away in the middle of making my burrito.
That's so funny.
And I'm just standing there.
Nobody took over.
Nobody took over. No one took over. Yeah. I just got a half-made burrito right there. Yeah. And I'm looking, and I look back and I see through like an ajar door. He's just out there ripping a cig, like. So I just left. I just drove past him as I was.
Wow. Yeah, I would have loved to. Have you ever see some people get their burritos? They fill it with everything, and then I don't know. It's like a magic trick when the guy wraps it up and doesn't rip the fucking tortilla.
I feel bad. I worked at a burrito place one time, and the people who order every possible ingredient, double fucking meat, extra guac and stuff, and then like they're the same people that when you like it rips open when you're rolling it, they're like, I need a new tortilla. Yeah. I need a new tortilla. Yeah. What the no. And I'm like, okay. He's like, actually, just leave it. Just like add another tortilla on the outside. I was like, this was your plan all along. You fat
plan.
pig.
They need extra meat and extra tortilla.
I used to work at this place called Freebird's Burritos, and they would have this thing called the Monster Burrito, which is just what it sounds like. It was 4 tortillas, and you load it up, and you roll like 4, and it's like literally the size of a newborn baby. And this big fat mean fuck would come in like twice a week, get a Monster Burrito, sit down with like this thing that weighed like 8 pounds, and just wipe out the whole thing, and would just just look at us the whole time.
That's crazy. That's
yeah,
good. I don't like that.
No, it's scary, but it was burrito season.
Well, it's burrito season. What do you expect? What do you expect? It's burrito season. So.
I'm sorry, honey, but it's burrito season.
Well, that's burrito season for you.
That's you know what they say. Well, Trent, you know what else it is the season of? It is the season of man becoming lesser to the robot. It's finally here. A day that will probably go down in history.
Yeah.
This is from the Wall Street Journal. Musk, I'm not sure exactly who they're referring to, but maybe we'll find out in the article. Musk says Neuralink implanted brain chip in human. Something that a lot of conspiracy theorists have been warning of a long time.
Yep.
And we've all seen coming. They're putting the chips in our heads, and it's starting just last week.
Yeah.
Elon Musk said that the first human received a Neuralink brain implant, a potential milestone in the development of, quote, brain-computer interface, something that I think sucks. Technology that could one day help those suffering from debilitating conditions such as paralysis to interact with their surroundings. We're supposed to die after a certain point. Musk tweeted late Monday that a patient received the implant the prior day and is, quote, recovering well, suggesting suggesting that the surgery was completed successfully and that there were no serious technical problems. Musk didn't disclose the details about the patient's age or any pre-existing conditions the patient
why would
has.
we want to know any of that?
Well, no details. When Neuralink,
I don't want to know who has a computer in their head.
Yeah, it could be any one of us. Actually, fun fact, the guy who has a computer in his head does not know either. He doesn't know. Yeah, so
He just woke up.
no, it could be any of us.
Yeah, he woke up with a raging headache.
Surprise. A raging headache. Yeah. God damn. When Neuralink announced last September that it was recruiting a participant, it said it was looking for someone suffering from quadriplegia. And they got it. The goal for the product, which Neuralink is calling telepathy,
Fuck off.
is to enable control of a smartphone or computer by thinking. Musk said Monday on X. The company has shown videos of monkeys implanted with the device moving a cursor, playing a video game. That's just what we need, just to break that fourth wall between our phone, which knows everything about us, has all of our information, all of our financial information, all of our personal information, all of our habits and tendencies, to just have that just one little connection inside of our brain. So they can finally control the one thing that my phone can't already control, which is my physical body. It has complete control over my mind and everything else in my actions. Yeah. But now if it can get my body, then really it's in the driver's seat and Apple by extension. Of
what a waking
they're going to take over the world, and we will be zombies.
Now, did they say that they put this in monkeys? Is that what it said at the end?
Oh, yeah. You got to put anything that's going to go in a human, you just throw it in some monkeys for a while. Yeah, which seems to be perfectly legal. I mean, it seems like have at it, right?
Yeah. Oh, sure. I can't wait for an astronaut 100 years from now to walk up the beach and discover the Statue of Liberty. You're Planet of the Apes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's what's going to happen. They're going to take over the apes. Now they got computers. They can understand.
Well, it's going to be all those apes that they Neuralinked, and then the one guy that they Neuralinked who has hyperplasticity, and he's going to have to go up against the apes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. God damn you.
And a phone's going to be controlling everybody.
Jeez.
No, but back to my point, I think we just, I think we should just let people die. We need people to die in order to keep the population down.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. I hope that's what everybody takes away from this episode of the podcast.
Yeah. No one should be safe.
No. Well, Joe, this is from the Wall Street Journal.
Okay.
Headline: Founder of E-Truck maker gets prison term for fraud.
Oh, boy.
If you can't trust a person that makes E-Trucks, who can you trust?
Who's left to trust?
A judge sentenced Trevor Milton on Monday to 4 years in prison for defrauding investors in Nikola, the electric truck company he founded.
I've never trusted a guy named Trevor in my life.
No.
Yeah.
Terrible name.
Trevor is no good.
No.
Milton?
Terrible.
Last name Milton is bad, too.
That's bad. It's a bad name.
It's a bad name. He deserves to be in prison.
Trevor, Trey, they all stink. Trent, the only good one.
Yeah, couldn't agree more, Trent.
Milton, 41 years old, was convicted on several fraud charges last year. Witnesses testified that he lied to ordinary investors about nearly every aspect of Nikola. Milton said the company's zero-emission truck prototype was drivable when it wasn't. He said
that seems really easy to debunk.
Well, we'll get into how he fooled investors. He said Nikola was equipped to produce the necessary hydrogen and power to the trucks when it wasn't.
So hold on. So this guy makes e-trucks and his company is called Nikola?
Yeah.
What a fucking loser hack. Want to be Elon Musk dork, dude.
Yeah.
Jesus, what a fucking hack.
And he boasted that the company had a long list of sales orders, many to companies that didn't exist.
So it's like the dead bodies that voted for Hillary.
Milton, speaking through tears during a 3-hour hearing in Manhattan, not far from where we are.
Not far at all, Trent.
Told the judge that his statements about the company referred to its business model. Quote, "I did not intend to harm anyone, and I did not commit those crimes," he said during a 30-minute statement. U.S. District Judge Eduardo Ramos, who also ordered Milton to pay $1 million fine and forfeit a property in Utah, said people were hurt by his actions. Quote, "The law does not grant a pass for good intentions."
Yeah.
No, but it is the way to pave the road paved to hell.
Yeah, exactly. And he's going to find that out pretty quickly.
It is decidedly the obligation of business executives who are seeking to have the public purchase their stock to speak the truth.
Wow.
Prosecutors pegged the total loss caused by Milton at more than $660 million.
Jesus.
Which under federal sentencing guidelines could mean 60 years in prison. They conceded that...
They'll probably get 5 years off that for sure.
They conceded that was too long, but pushed for 11 years.
I would like a little bit longer.
Yeah. Probation officials estimated that Milton caused $125 million in losses.
So basically just lied about everything, got all these people to put all this money into the company?
Yeah.
Yeah. How did he think that was going to work out for him? I guess he says, lie now, get the money, and then we solve all our problems with the money.
I suppose so. I don't know if he really thought it all through.
But he had great intentions.
He had great intentions, yeah. And that's really what matters.
Yeah.
So... in the amount Nikola paid to settle an investigation by the Securities and Exchange Commission while neither admitting nor denying wrongdoing. That translates under the sentencing guidelines to 17.5 to nearly 22 years in prison, though they only recommended 11. Milton's lawyer, in keeping with the spirit of their client, said 0 was a more reasonable number and asked the judge for no prison time at all.
I like that. Yeah. Go for completely not realistic. Maybe they'll get you in the middle somewhere. 5 or 6.
The judge said it would be ludicrous to sentence Milton to a very lengthy term in line with federal guidelines, which are advisory. Ramos said that he had sentenced other defendants who had lower loss amounts to more prison time because they, quote, looked their victims in the eye as they took the last dollar from their pocket.
How did he not?
I want you to know, I don't believe that's who you are, the judge said.
You seem like a well-intentioned man.
Maybe... well, you have to look this guy up. Maybe he's just a moron. Maybe he's just clearly a dumb guy.
Yeah, because they clearly feel bad for him for some reason. Yeah. And it clearly seems like he's like, whoa. He's like, guys, I made a big whoopsie. Yeah. You're like, we can't lock this guy up. And his lawyer's like, you can't go to prison. How about 0 years? Crazy?
He's not going to survive in there.
I like how the judge even agreed. He was like, well, the mandated 60 years that we already agreed on, which is normal, would be crazy. Even though on paper he totally qualifies for that. So I would love to know why it's so crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't really say why it's like that. But we can imagine with a name like Trevor Milton.
Trevor Milton, yeah.
He wasn't exactly born to be a star. Lawyers from Milton who sought a sentence of probation argued that any misstatements stemmed from Milton's deeply held optimism and rosy worldview.
That's great. It's going to be great, guys. There'll be rainbows. The trucks go fast. They drive.
Oh, here. Milton was on paper an unlikely candidate to become an overnight tech billionaire. Growing up in Nevada and Utah, he finished neither high school nor college.
But God, was he an optimist.
With a rosy worldview.
Wow.
A series of his early businesses ended in disputes, litigation, and disappointed investors, many of whom were Milton's friends and family. Initially, Nikola was an attempt to build a truck that would run on natural gas. But shortly before the company's first prototype made its debut, Milton announced that the business model was shifting to hydrogen and that Nikola had
Hydrogen.
Nothing has ever gone wrong with hydrogen.
Something we definitely know how to use, know how to find, and is cheap to make.
And that Nikola had successfully engineered a zero-emission truck.
I did it.
These early claims...
I did it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fuck, yes, I did it.
These early claims, repeated several times at the truck's extravagant unveiling in 2016, became instrumental to Milton's downfall. A trial witness who worked on the prototype told the jury that it had no real hydrogen components on it other than lettering on the side of its cab claiming it was hydrogen powered.
So I don't understand how he doesn't go to jail for 60 years. I don't understand how they feel bad for him and stuff. That seems because the judge is like, well, you didn't look them in the eye and say one thing and it was completely untrue. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he put it on. He actually put it on the truck.
He wrote it on the fucking truck. You go in there, it looks like a gas tank.
We'll have to look this guy up.
Oh, I forgot to put the hydrogen in there.
Oh, fuck.
No.
Oh, no. Oh, no. In one of Nikola's infamous moments, this is the really crazy part. In one of Nikola's infamous moments, Milton directed the production of a video in which the truck was rolled down a hill to make it appear as if it could drive on its own.
Oh my God. That's such flagrant, it's abusing people's perceptions of what is true and what is not.
Yeah.
What a liar.
Stunts worked to persuade some corporate partners to team up with the company to build trucks. By 2020, Milton was being pressed by investors to take Nikola public through a special purpose acquisition company. Unlike a traditional initial public offering, a SPAC listing was thought to allow executives and companies to make bold forecasts for their company's fortunes. Milton took advantage, pledging to be, quote, the most accessible and direct executive on Twitter.
That's so funny. He's at the top of a hill. He's just got a working brake and nothing else. He just puts it in neutral. Yeah. All right, are you rolling? We're rolling. Passes through the camera, slams on the brake.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow, what a con artist.
He's a con man.
But well-intentioned.
He's well-intentioned. We can't dispute his rosy worldview. So.
We don't know how or why he's well-intentioned, but I guess he must have a real charm about him.
Yeah.
A real goofball charm about him.
Yeah. He
must.
They
go, Your Honor, how could anyone stay mad at my client?
Yeah. And the judge is like, you're right. Let's knock 50 years off that.
Would you put a Labrador in jail for 60 years? I didn't think so. Your Honor,
I rest my case.
I would like to call to the stand an actual Labrador. Wow. Well, that sucks for that guy, but also what a fucking loser. What a lying asshole. You know who else is having a hard time right now, Trent? And I've always had a hard time.
Sure.
But harder now for sure.
Sure.
That is our empty nesters all around the country.
Yes.
This is from the Wall Street Journal.
Oh.
Junior heads to college, but empty nesters need the tutors. After years of shepherding children, parents seek help learning to live on their own. Kenny Hazlett recalled bittersweet feelings when his oldest child left for college, but he didn't expect a profound sadness when his middle child said goodbye last year. Which is clearly he has a favorite child. He said they all sting, but this one hurt. Well, Trent, helicopter parents are getting accustomed to tracking their children's every move via smartphone, which we read about in an earlier episode.
Sure.
Keeping activities tightly scheduled, scrutinizing homework and grades, exchanging miles of text. For a certain cohort of hands-on parents, getting their teens into college marks the finish line. Then comes the coup de grace.
Oh.
Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad. See you at Thanksgiving. The kids are fine. It's the parents who need help.
Oh, no.
The exit of high school seniors leaves many feeling like, quote, they've been fired from a job they've had for 18 years.
Oh,
Said
the
Jason
hardest
Ramsden.
job in the world.
The hardest job in the world. Which is my wife will never work a day in her life. Because she's going to have 12 kids. He has made a name for himself on TikTok as the empty nest coach.
Oh.
Empty nest coaching is a growing livelihood with training, certification, support groups, and $250 an hour private counseling sessions. Demand is driven by parents who feel emotional and logistical vacuum after years of shepherding children from one moment to the next of their lives.
Wow.
You know who wasn't upset when I went off to college? My dad. He said, have fun. Some of the best years of your life.
Yeah.
Come back and have a beer with your old man one day. Because he didn't fucking shepherd me from bullshit to bullshit. I was in maybe one after-school activity tops at any given time in my life.
Yeah, it's
Sometimes
crazy. You're right.
Yeah.
Look at you now. It didn't affect you at all.
Not at all, Trent. Not at all.
No, I know. Yeah, the kids, they're going from one thing to the other. It's a full-time job.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's healthy.
It's not healthy. Empty nesters get plenty of unsolicited advice from friends and family. Get a job, get a hobby, get a life. Empty nest coaches say such suggestions aren't helpful first steps, maybe because they need to keep their jobs. Parents have always felt wistful when their children went off on their own. But those feelings seem amplified among moms and dads who devoted much of their time shepherding children through sports, playdates, lessons, tutoring, and college applications. Christine Oakfield, who has a podcast called Your Empty Nest Coach, and many of her clients have focused on raising their children, quote, to a point where they have no idea who they are. Their whole identity is their kids. That seems like it. Camden Hazlett said he wasn't surprised when his father was sad about him leaving for college.
Sure.
The only time he ever saw him cry was when the family said goodbye to his older brother after they dropped him off at school. Mm-hmm. What he didn't see coming was his dad hiring an empty nest coach. Camden thinks it has helped. It doesn't hurt that he talks with his dad every day.
Every day.
Quote, that's something that makes him feel more in the loop, he said. This sucks, dude. Sucks, dude. Can you imagine you're 18 trying to go off to college and you have to fucking text your dad every day like he's your fucking long distance girlfriend?
That's
Where are you going
terrible.
tonight? I would. Oh my god!
Don't you? Even when don't you run out of things to talk about? It's
With your dad?
Yeah.
I ran out of things to talk about with him when I was 12. What am I gonna say to him when I'm 18, dude? I don't want to talk to you when I'm 18. You know, text me 4 times a year.
No,
when the
that's
Jayhawks
terrible.
win the championship.
Yeah.
Are you coming back for Thanksgiving and Happy 4th of July? You get 3 times a year. We've said it on the podcast before, but you really only need to see your dad like 5-6 times in your life.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Every day is crazy.
Every day is wild.
Why don't you blow
insane.
him? Text your dad every day?
Jeez.
Well,
wow.
I can't think of anyone I'd rather text less than my dad every day.
No. What are you going to talk about? I don't know. This guy should do. And why is he paying this life coach? Shouldn't he be talking to the life coach every day, the empty nest coach?
The dad is emotionally demanding.
Yeah.
He's got an empty nest coach, and he's texting his son every day. Maybe the empty nest coach doesn't know he's texting his son.
Maybe not. And where's the wife in all this? Where's the mom?
Where's the wife?
Yeah.
She seems like Miss Irrelevant. Mrs. Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Why
Jeez.
doesn't he take her to Cancun, get to know her again, go get a nice resort?
Well,
you know?
maybe she's doing this. Maybe she's out of the house enjoying her life, Joe.
Okay.
Because this is a story from the personal section of the Wall Street Journal.
Personal Journal.
Personal Journal. From the Wall Street Journal. Headline: More travelers are flying solo.
That's true. I've noticed people even our own age who go on solo trips.
Yeah.
Personally, not for me.
No?
I love to have a travel companion or two.
Sure.
Ideally 2 or 3.
2 or 3, really?
Nothing like a small group going to a new place.
Sure, yeah.
The Eiffel Tower alone is got to be sad. Someone has a bit about that.
Oh, yeah?
I think Ismail Lutfi.
Yeah. You're just wearing a beret by walking around by
He's
yourself.
supposed to go to Paris with his fiance, and they broke up, or his wife, and they got a divorce. And he goes by himself, and this is not the solo trip I thought I was going to have. But tell me more about the solo trip.
Well, retired women especially are planning vacations alone, away from their significant others.
Yep.
More married people are booking travel. For one. Spouses have long split up to travel on girls' getaways or guys' weekends. Now travel companies, advisors, and travelers say solo vacations have become a booming business for all kinds of trips. More people have even booked big bucket list adventures like African safaris
By themselves?
or cruises to Antarctica on their own. According to Wendy Marley, a travel advisor for AAA Northeast.
Dude, a cruise by yourself is crazy.
Well, but then you can fuck and suck and never have to speak to another person again.
I've been on an elderly cruise, and there is very little fucking and sucking on
Really?
those. I mean, it doesn't seem like it.
Well,
Actually, there's a little bit. There is a little bit.
maybe it's all underground. You just weren't invited. Not their type.
Not old enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little too young.
Yeah. The trend is especially pronounced among retired couples. In 2023, people 55 and over traveled without their significant other 46% more than people in that age group did the year before. Most married solo travelers are women, travel companies say.
Strange.
These solo, not single,
Right.
women say they are motivated to see the world even if their spouse isn't interested.
And guess what? They never are. Yeah. It is something about being that age of 65. I want to go see the world. Your husband's like, have fun.
Yeah.
I'll just be hitting golf balls.
Right. Yeah. It's they also enjoy making new friends and the sense of freedom that comes from independent travel.
That's the thing with women. Women love making friends. Guys don't need to make friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Women, I have a theory. Women and straight women and gay guys always looking to make friends.
Yeah.
Always want friends.
Yeah.
Straight men and gay women, no friends.
Or it's friends they've known since they were 4 years
You ever seen a
old.
picture of a lesbian couple? It's like there's not another soul for 1,000 miles. They'll be like in the middle of the wilderness.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want friends. Are you fucking kidding me? No interest. Yeah. And we're at the age where I'm like, I'm good. I'm at capacity.
Yeah, you need 4 friends max. That's it.
Straight girls are always looking for new friends.
Yeah, they get a big group.
Yeah.
And then they're always the most annoying people.
Double BFF. What are you, crazy? Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Who are we talking to? A mama was telling me, were you there? She was saying that she had a guy, get on Bumble BFF for her to meet a guy that she could hook up with.
Yeah.
Because
but
the guy just wanted to fuck him.
Yeah. Because there's no straight guys on Bumble BFF.
Absolutely.
And there's no lesbians either. And you can take that to the bank.
I rest my case.
Quote, you don't have to schedule anything with another person, and if you want to eat falafel for 3 meals a day, you can, said Linda Tersing, a 62-year-old Bay Area writer and editor. Okay. Yeah, I guess you could.
You could do that. You could do that in the Bay Area.
Yeah, but you don't have the judging eyes of your husband of 40 years.
What the fuck is going on with you, Linda?
Fucking falafel again. God damn it. Tersing traveled alone to France for her 60th birthday and is planning a solo trip to Bali this spring. Her husband also likes traveling, but she says that because he works hard, his idea of a vacation is a relaxing getaway. Quote, that's just not my flavor, she says.
So he wants to go sit on the beach and have a cocktail.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to release some steam.
Yeah.
But she wants to mountain bike up Kilimanjaro and take a pottery class in the mountains.
Because she's been a stay-at-home mom all her life.
Right. They have different needs.
Yeah. And he's been busting his ass, putting food on the table.
Right, but being a stay-at-home mom is the hardest job. Even though she seems to have quite a bit of leftover energy to go out and spend on her vacations. So,
independent travels have strengthened her relationships, he says. Each partner gets to see the person they love fulfilled and happy, and away from them for 6 months.
So who'd you meet when you were gone for 3 months? There better not have been any guys in France.
Well, this is kind of...
No, they're past the age of that. They don't have to worry about that.
No, but this upcoming lady we're going to read about, I have my doubts.
Oh my! Do tell.
But I hate to disparage anybody that's brave enough to tell their story in the Wall Street Journal.
The last thing we want to do on this podcast is disparage.
Yes, that's not what we got into this for.
Not that we got into this
disparage, not to make fun of anybody. Travel companies are expanding offerings for solo travelers. Cruise lines are adding more single passenger staterooms, and tour groups now have more single traveler options.
Wow.
Solo travelers say they sometimes pay more to have single rooms, but often save overall compared with the cost of 2 flights and meals. Having one partner stay home to care for pets also helps save on overall costs.
Okay.
Laura Blaquier. Laura Blaquier plans to spend 14 solo weeks in Europe this year, visiting 10 different countries. The 40-year-old human resources advisor from Halifax, Nova Scotia, didn't travel much in her 20s because she and her husband married young and had 3 children. After spending the past 3 years caring for her mother with early onset dementia, Blaquier says she has a renewed urgency to enjoy life.
Uh-oh.
Her mother recently died, and Blaquier is on sabbatical from work. With the support of her husband and daughters, ages 13, 11, and 8, she plans to leave in mid-April. Quote,
God, she's going to leave her 11 and 8-year-old for 16 weeks?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
Is that 4 months? Yeah.
Wow. I'll take your word for it. That is a long time. I remember when I was 8 years old, my mom took a trip to New York.
Go on.
New York City, the greatest city in the world. And it was the first trip my mom ever took. I was home with my dad. Oh, I was heartbroken.
Oh, yeah.
It was devastating.
8 years old, my mom's gone for 4 months.
Yeah. Well, she was only gone for like a few days.
I know, but I'm saying this lady wants to leave for 4 months.
This would ruin me.
Yeah, go get fucked in Paris.
This 8-year-old she's not gonna turn out well.
The 8-year-old thinks it's fine. I saw the Dahmer documentary. His parents left for a few months.
Quote, this is a quote from whatever her name is, Laura Blaquier. Quote, it's going to be
whore bitch.
Bad mom.
Bad mom.
Quote, it's going to
selfish mom.
It's going to be my eat, pray, love type of
fuck
trip,
off.
She says, although obviously by love, I don't mean like finding someone. I mean saying self-love.
Yeah, how about you love your kids and feed and make sure that they eat.
At least wait till they're like 16. I mean, good God.
Yeah, 8 and 11's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, that marriage is doomed.
It's doomed. Her mom just died?
I hope her husband is prepared for an open relationship.
Oh, 100%.
E&M.
After one of your parents dies, you're never hornier in your life.
Really? Is that
you
true?
really just got to get out there.
Really?
Something about death, you really got to start.
You think I got to spread my seed. I can't let the
Nunnink
name
death
die.
is looming in on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Really? Wow.
Nah, I mean, I'm kind of, speaking hyperbolically. I don't know if I actually believe that, but maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
Well, it sounds believable.
Women are emotional. Going to Paris, I don't know. 16 weeks.
16 weeks.
You may be going for self-love.
Yeah.
But who knows what you'll find in 16 weeks alone. The road to hell is paved in good intentions. Take it from our friend.
Take it from our friend Trevor Milton.
Trevor Milton with Nicola. Take it from she says, well, I'm just going to go try to build a hydrogen truck. The next thing you know, he's facing 60 years in prison.
Yeah.
And your 8-year-old can't look you in the eyes anymore. So
I kind of have that to think about.
Yeah. No, have fun. Enjoy the free ride.
It'll be great. You'll find yourself.
I'll stay home with the kids. I'll make 3 peanut butter and jellies. Keep working a full-time job. Pick them up, take them to school.
Yeah.
Try to break up all the fights, and then I'll try to find time to masturbate. No, I'm sure that it's going to be a great trip, and it's
all work
good.
Out.
She deserves it.
She's earned it.
She's earned it.
She's 40 years old. She's earned it.
Yeah, but the day she gets back, if I'm the husband, I'm saying, fucking tag, you're it.
Yeah, you're it. On a solo trip.
Yeah.
At least Thailand.
2 weeks. Yeah. You need to do 16, but... Well... what was the thing in Canada you were talking about? You were looking for some town.
Nova Scotia.
Why was that in one of your articles?
That's where she's from.
Oh, she's from Nova Scotia. So I believe that is over here somewhere. It's Newfoundland.
There's Newfoundland, yeah.
Nova Scotia.
There it is, right there, Nova Scotia. So that's where Laura Blackier is from, and that's where she won't be for 16 weeks.
That's where she ought to stay. No, we wish her the best of luck.
We hope she has fun. Yeah.
We hope she has fun. Well, that has been this episode of Echo Chamber Podcast. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for listening. And tune in next week for another great episode.
Exactly.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself.
You took the words right out of my mouth, my friend. Well, that's it. That's the show. As always, this is Trent Mabry signing off.
And I am Joe Nunnink signing out.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.